Episode of the Penguin came out, and oh my god, this show was absolutely amazing. I'm gonna be real, the next 5 to 10 minutes is probably just gonna be a glaze fest because I really have nothing but positive things to say about this.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
I'll go ahead and get the negatives out of the way right now. I guess you could say there was some pacing problems. Maybe some things were too slow. I didn't think it was too slow though. The pacing was alright to me, but I know that was a big complaint among other people. And also, I think Maroney was pretty wasted. This video is going to be total spoilers, by the way. So if you haven't, go watch it right now. It's on Max, HBO, all that good stuff. But Maroney, like 2 episodes after he was revealed or whatever, infiltrates Penguin's hideout, right? And he just has a heart attack in the middle of them fighting, and the Penguin takes credit for it. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I get why they did it, to show that like Penguin really didn't get to where he was based off of his skill alone. Like a lot of it was like luck, you know, and him just being conniving and like a slimy sleazeball, you know. But I get why he had a heart attack and all that. It was also a pretty funny scene too. Me and my wife were cracking up when he was like, "What? That's it?" But yeah, that's probably my main complaint. All right, now to the Glaze Fest. So yeah, it was amazing. Like the Penguin, he was so evil, and like, so you wouldn't even recognize Colin Farrell either. Like the makeup was so insane on him. He looks like a completely different person, and he was just so evil and ruthless, and like every episode you think he couldn't get more evil, and he just tops it, and then the final episode he kills his own like his own like student in crime, Vic. You know, rest in peace, my boy. Dude, he did not deserve that, man. Just because he didn't want to have any emotional attachments despite his mom. And we'll talk about the mom later. We'll talk about the mom later, don't worry. And there's always some, maybe like some sliver of maybe he has some human decency, but then it gets completely thrown out the window, and the show reminds he's like, no, this show is about a Batman villain. This isn't like a Sony movie where we're going to try to make the Spider-Man villains heroes. Like, no, he is an awful person. He will stay an awful person. And I really love that. It's pretty awesome. And I really think this show is going to bring Penguin into possibly on the A-list of the Batman rogues after this. Like, they just did such a good job. Yeah, every time he was like in something, like every time he got himself in trouble, he always found a way to get out of it, and it didn't feel like a Hollywood thing. Like he just got out of it to get out of it. Like he earned it, is what I'm trying to say. And speaking of him killing Vic, Vic was a very welcome like new character to the mythos of Gotham. He represents what the Riddler did, like to just the everyday people, is what happened to Vic. He had a healthy family. They got killed in the ocean explosion, and he just turned to a life of like petty crime just to get by in the ghettos in Gotham. And the Penguin sees that, he takes advantage of it. He was going to kill him at first, and Vic talks him into letting him work for him, and he ends up just thinking of Penguin as a family, and that's when he murders him, dude. It was so awful, man. I like looked at it and I audibly said no. Like that's how much you care about this character by the end. No! It was so bad. I was like, dude, and it was so irredeemable. Like it just shows Penguin really doesn't care about anyone. He really doesn't. And if he says he does, it's only to make himself feel better about what he is doing. And then my favorite character of the show is Sofia Gigante. Like, wow. New celebrity crush. All right, let's just get that out of the way. She killed it. I watched a couple of stuff she was in, but she never really hit me like she did in this. This is definitely, I hope she gets a lot more work after this, because she definitely deserves it. Like, every actor brings this A game, but she was like the standout, like the wow factor of the show to me. Interesting thing, they take an element of the Long Halloween with the Hangman. As y'all know, Sophia Falcone, she was the Hangman in the Long Halloween series. Spoilers. And this one, it is her father. He is the Hangman, and he frames her as the Hangman. So it was kind of a nice Easter egg. Some people were mad about that. I'm not really that mad about it because it serves a story. I'm always a big supporter of, if it serves a story and it serves it well, you can change the source material as long as you're keeping the essence, like the energy of it, right? That's why, like, I'm not mad about Crypto not being like a canine, you know? Like, it really doesn't matter in the long run. She brings like a whole new layer of crime of someone who's just trying to like stop the misogynism, the downright like backstabbing that happens in a family of crime, and she really just wants to give herself just the life she feels she deserves, and I think she does deserve. I mean, she dismantles her whole father's empire, including killing everybody that was a Falcone, and just trying to like survive in this man eat man world, and every time she trusts someone, they backstab them to the point where she just stops trusting in people, and she's like, I'm just going to burn the whole thing down, which honestly is relatable. And at the end, there's this whole side plot with the chairman, one of the chairmans of Gotham, and he's like, Penguin, you have to keep your like nose clean and all that if you want to take over Gotham, right? So he ends up not killing Sophia, but he brings her back into Arkham, and which is a fate worse than death. You'll probably hear that term thrown around a lot with a bunch of Penguin reviews, but it really is when it comes to her, because when her dad told her, like, framed her for being the Hangman, she was sent to Arkham and was basically just tortured over and over again, and she was basically just sent there to die. That's what she was. So when she got out, that's also another factor of like why she wanted to get rid of the family. And then I guess we can talk about the whole mother, Penguin's mother. God, Fraud is like what's his name? Fraud's probably just like, see, I keep on telling y'all, and y'all just won't listen. Y'all think I'm capping, but it's real. They're not doing them any favors with this side plot, or it's really part of the main plot. But he has this whole main thing about his mother. He definitely likes his mother more than he should, bordering on some like Game of Thrones nastiness, you know, which makes sense. It's also an HBO show, and it also cements Penguin as being like an evil dude, because at the end she has a stroke and she's basically just a vegetable, and he like keeps her in his house against her will, and it even ends with her like crying, and dude, it is wild. And there's this street worker, put it like that so YouTube doesn't erase this video from the platform, but she looks a lot like her, like say Penguin's mom, and I guessed that because I thought about it like 2 episodes beforehand. I was like, she looks like pretty similar, and I was like, I feel like there's some nasty stuff going on with that behind the scenes, but then they put it in front of the scenes, and yes, that is exactly what it was. It ends with him dancing with her in one of her mother's dresses.
What are you showing me? Hey, come on! Open your eyes!
Super weird, and it's just he just wants to be wanted by people. Like, he wants the satisfaction of being loved, and no matter how much, like, there's not enough love that he can do it, that he can have for himself, to the point where he kills his own 2 brothers so he can have all the attention of his mom. And it's the dynamic is just full of psychological scars and with trauma on both ends of the mom and him, and it just makes it so disturbing. It's so disturbing. And then to throw this back to my Joker 2 review, this is how, okay, you can flip the script on what fans liked about the first movie, but you can bring a new light to it, right? because Joker 2 wanted to backstab the audience and say you're stupid for liking the first one. This one is like, you're not stupid for liking the first one, but you should be checking yourself if you do relate to the Riddler. Because the whole thing in the Batman was the Riddler wanted to get rid of the rich, right? Get rid of the top dogs. But his experiment, his terrorist attack, it really just affected the poor. The rich stayed rich. Like, he was just like a Reddit user that just wanted attention. Like, that's all he wanted. And it was so interesting to see how, like, he really wasn't there to help what he said he was trying to help. He just wanted to do it because he just was an angry man, you know. And that's way better than whatever the hell they're trying to do with Joker 2. Like, that's how you do it. And the Riddler wasn't even in the show, and they did it better than that. But yeah, the show was amazing. 9 out of 10. It's definitely the best show of the year that I've seen so far. So yeah, I mean, what do y'all guys think about it? Let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.